if you want to write something like, okay, the below source code is so and so, the functionality of the source code is so and so. So if any other developer opens your web page, you should be able to understand your code, like what you have written below. So, and not only that, when you open your own page after certain amount of time, you will be able to recall the code easily. So that is a purpose we generally we use the comments. So browser actually it ignores the comments and recognizable tags sometimes if they are not appropriately closed. So here we can see the HTML document structure. So you have written a doc type and we have a root tag called as HTML. Inside the root tag we have the head, title, body. So title is nothing but the heading for the particular page. Okay, so it is mandatory that every opening tag should be closed appropriately. For HTML also, for HTML head, title and body tags also we have the closing tags. We have also learned about the XML namespace, okay, which helps in like kind of if you have two pages and both the pages have the name attribute. In that case, to differentiate one page with the other page, we often use this namespace XML NS attribute here. Okay, also please refer through the links that I have shared to you earlier. So every document consists of a head and a body, and inside the head you have the title section. Okay, here you can see the basic text markup with the doc type, head, body, and inside the body you have certain tags. You can also validate your HTML or CSS code using validator.w3.org, World Wide Web Consortium. W3C is the community which sets the standards for the web. So any updates related to the web will be updated in particular w3c.org site. So this break tag we have already learned, like it's a self-closing tag which helps us to move from one line to the another line. So this is a basic example. Okay. We have also learned about the headings H1 to H6. H1 is the highest tag. Okay. We have also referred to the example. Let me show you the example once again. So this class, basically I'm just making you to recall all the previous concepts as it has been long time. Show you once again. Right element or Control Shift I is the shortcut. Okay, this is your HTML code. So here you can see the doc type, and this is a green color text which is the heading, which is a description mentioned in a comment section. Okay, here is your namespace and then your head and your body. So these are the different types of tags you have. H1 tag, which is the largest tag and which has a margin and padding as the default. We have also discussed about the box model if you remember. This is your content. Aidan's airplane H1 is your content, and above your content you have a page. Every page will have a, if you have certain paragraphs, you draw some borders to separate one text from other text, right? So here the same case. So whatever text you write, the space between the border and your text is nothing but the padding. Okay, and the space after the border is nothing but your margin. So this is your margin, this is your border, and this is your padding. So let's go back to the PPT once again. So to set a block of a text off from the normal flow and appearance of the text, so browsers often indent and sometimes italicize. So blocker is nothing but it gives some special structure to your web page, like it differentiates a certain paragraphs, okay, from the normal things. We have also seen the different tags like bold tag, italic tag, big, small, okay, and monospace. So you can try practicing the different tags. So this is your big tag. So below is the output here. The slit in read lies completely in the street. So here, according to the tags you have given, we got the output here. Okay. And we have also learned about superscript and subscript. Okay, for formulas and all, you often use this kind of notations. Yeah, we have also seen the inline versus block elements. Inline elements are nothing but the elements which occupy only small portion of the page in which the text is written, whereas block element will occupy the entire screen. For example, you have a div element, you have written something in your div which is by default a block element, then it occupies the entire row of your web page. Whereas if you take a span, which is an inline element, only the text within the span tag, that particular portion is occupied on your web browser. So it will allow the other elements to sit beside it, which is unlike the div tag. Okay. So we have also seen the basic text markup. This is a continuation slide of if you want to represent and, greater than, less than in terms of a web page. So you have to use this particular entities. Okay. And the horizontal rule, it's a horizontal line which is drawn below a paragraph or according to your requirement. Okay. This is a line. And the meta element used to provide additional information about the document with attributes and not content. So meta element also we have seen like it basically used for search engines and all. It provides additional information. Okay, what type of document it is. Okay, kind of things. Images, we have seen a different types of images like JPEGs, PNG, and GIF. So the PNG image is a mostly used type of extension nowadays, which is like more clear, and it has certain attributes like to include the image in your web page. You can have the image src is equal to that particular image with the extension .jpg or PNG and an alt attribute. Okay, along with it you can have the width and height. So alt attribute is given is like mainly useful for the visually challenged people when they hover on the particular element. So using the help with the help of the screen reader software and all, the particular software reads out that picture of comments kind of text which is specified in the alt. We have also seen the title which gives the title of the particular image on hover. So this is the sample program of the images. So let me run and show you once. So okay, you can see the output here itself. See, this is the header tags which we have already seen in a previous example. So below and the title plain. So when you hover on the particular image, you will see the title like plain. Okay, going to the hypertext links, we have seen that hypertext is nothing but when you hover on it, certain actions can be performed, or when you click on it, certain actions can be performed. So with the help of the link, you can navigate to the different pages. So you have relative addressing and absolute like addressing, two things. Relative addressing is nothing but your local path, and the absolute addressing is nothing but which is a content present in the web, like HTTP colon. So here, like image src, you have anchor a href. Within the href, you can see the particular a link to which the navigation has to be taken place. So here C210 data.html. So when you click on the particular thing, you can navigate to the respective page. See, here is your output. You click on information on the CSNA 2010, you are navigating to that particular page. Okay, this is a different HTML and this is a different HTML. You want to call another HTML from this HTML. Okay, you have the particular other HTML in the same folder or on your desktop. When you click on it, you give the respective path so that other page will be open. So in anchor tags, we have also seen the other way of notation. Like for example, if you see in your most e-commerce sites like Flipkart or other sites, you can see a small button on your bottom right corner, like top or bottom. When you click on it, immediately you move to the top of your web page. So this kind of feature can be achieved using this concept, like you have a href is equal to, as you see here, okay, you have h1 tag. H1 you have particular id like baskets, okay. So this is your header, and you have another link called ahref is equal to baskets. What about your baskets? So what about your baskets? When I click on this, it has to go to the respective paragraphs. To achieve this, what we do is, like, for the h1 tag, whatever id we have specified here, the same id we have to give within the href prepended by hash, okay. So before it, you should have hash. In this case, when you click on what about baskets, you will navigate to the particular paragraphs, okay. I'll just show you the example of this anchor: a colon hover, a colon active, how all these things appear. When you click, what is the color of the tag that you can see? It specifies like what is the visited link, unvisited link, and an active link and all. Just giving you the URL once again. C4 is the ID of the paragraph. Let me go down a bit. See here, H2 ID is equal to C4. So if you want to go to the chapter 4, okay, you have to click on the above link. Ahref is equal to hash C4. Here on the right side, you can see jump to chapter 4, right, which is underlined and is in blue text. So when you click on this, you want to go to chapter 4. So that address, that ID, chapter 4 ID is given here, prepended by the hashtag. So this is the example of the anchor tag to move within the same page. Okay. We have seen ordered list, unordered list. Okay. Here, if you can see in the PPT unordered list, you have the representation like UL. Okay. So within the UL, you have the LIs. So LI is nothing but the list element, and UL is your unordered list. So by default, if you give UL, okay, LIs are always the childs of the either UL or the OL, ordered list or unordered list. So here you can see the output as black circles. So this is your list elements. So that is your unordered list. So for unordered list, we will not have any numbers kind of notation. You have a circle and there are certain other kinds of representation. So ordered list is represented by OL tag, and the output is like, okay, ordered list by default you will have a 1 2 3 4 5 number format, okay. We have also seen the nested list, I mean the list inside another list kind of. If you have OL, have the UL inside the OL. So you can have the different kinds of nested list. So here appropriately open and close your tag. Okay. This is your unordered list. So it has all the bullet points. If you make it ordered list, what will be the output? 1 2 3 4. Okay, you can see, right? So now I want to have the nested list here. So I have opened and I have closed the UL tag. So within the UL, I can have a LI. Okay. LI is your list elements inside OL. So now, so this is your nested element, which is a unordered list. Okay. Okay. So we have seen ordered list, unordered list and a nested list. I should also explain you about the style, like we have different cases like uppercase Roman numbers, lowercase Roman numbers and all, which you can write it using a certain attributes. Let me show you that example. Okay, here you can see the output, right? I made it OL type is equal to capital I. Sorry, yeah. So in that case, you can see a certain Roman numbers here. So capital, small. You can also write capital A, small a, okay, and also 1. So 1 by default you will get the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 if you give the OL. So similarly, you can have the UL types as well, okay. Circle, disk, which we have already seen in our previous class. I'm just going back to our PPT. So using this definition list also, you can specify the content, and here bottom you can see the output, okay. H3 single engine Cessna airplanes, and within that you have a data list, like a unordered list or ordered list. You have a data list. Inside the data list you have a data term 152, okay, and data definition is to place trainer. So here you can see the representation, right? So this is the output, how it appears. So abbreviations and all, you can use this kind of list. So till slide number 21, we have been discussing in our last class, and we have also discussed the in detail concepts till now. Now we are moving to the next concept, that is tables. So from for today's class, we'll go through tables, forms, frames and all. Okay. So initially, let's start with the purpose of a table. So what is the main intention of using the tables? You want to show some numbers in a pictorial way, like in a kind of a tabular structure and all. You want to show some numbers or statistics. Those kind of things can be achieved using these tables. So table is nothing but a group of cells. So all the cells, if they are in a group, we call it as a table. Table is a matrix of cells, each possibly having content. So each cell will have a content. It can be a number, it can be a text or anything. So cells can include almost any element. Some cells have row or column labels and some have the data. So it will have, some cells will have a headings and some cells will have a data kind of things. A table is specified as a content of a table tag. So like the other tags, div tag, p tag, for representing a table, we use the table tag. Okay. So this can be closed using the same notation as the other tags. A border attribute in the table tag specifies a border between the cells. Okay. So this particular border tag, it is again an attribute like href and. So in the previous tags we have seen src, href, which are called the attributes of the tag and image tag. Similarly for table tag we have a border attribute. Okay. So it specifies a border between the cells. And if the border is set to border, the browser's default width border is used. Okay, here if you see the browser's default width, as we have seen for header tag, basic default margin and padding. In the similar way, if the table has this border attribute set to border, in that case it will have a default width. Okay, so you can see the example in the coming slides, then you can understand it well. The border attribute can set to a number which will be the border width. So for example, you have given border is equal to 2. 2 is nothing but the width of your cell. So without the cell or a table. So without the border attribute, the table will not have lines. So if you don't specify the border, your table will not have the borders or the lines. Then in that case, it will be difficult for you to for representation. It will be difficult for you to imagine. And the tables are given the titles with the caption tag. So tables have a caption tag which gives the okay, this table is talking about so and so. So heading we can give with the help of a caption tag here. Okay, this is an example of the table. I will run this example and show it to you right now. So before that, we'll understand like what a table has. So you have started with table and you have understood about border. So here table border is equal to border. So it will apply the default border of the table, and you have a caption fruit juice drinks. So this table is talking about fruit juice drinks. And how do you basically start a row? By using a tr tag. So within the tr tag here, okay, within the tr tag you can see the elements like th, all are th, means table header. Tr means table row, th is your table header. Generally table headers are given to specify the heading of your particular like the particular cell and all. Okay, next comes a td. Td is your content. Okay, let me run this example and show you so that you can understand well. Space. So these are all the different types of tags which we have already discussed. So now moving on to the example here. A simple table. See, table, border. This is your representation. So by default, if you give border, it takes the default border of your table. You can give 2 like this or 3. This specifies the width of your table. And this is your caption, fruit juice drinks. So this is your row. Okay, this is your row. Within the row you have an empty header. I mean this is one cell. Okay, and this is another cell, one cell beside the other, a apple, orange, screwdriver, and this is your another row. So in another row you have one heading and remaining are your data. So similarly the others also. When you run this and you can see, let me share the screen. This is your table, border is equal to border. In the element style, I have already told you, right? Here you can give any style. Border 4 pixel solid red. See, this is a CSS attribute, and this will anyways discuss in the future classes. So I have given to show you the exact scenario. I have given the border 4 pixels solid red. So see how the border has appeared here. Okay. So within the table you have the caption here. See, for caption also you can have an individual style. Fruit juice strings. Next comes your T body, table body. Like your HTML body, you have the attribute called as a table body. Okay. Within the T body, I mean you didn't specify this particular tag in your HTML, but it has defaultly appeared here. So T body, within the T body you have the tr. See, you can see the particular row here. So within the row, this is one cell. Okay, this is another cell. So these are the cells side by side. Okay, so this is your empty cell. You haven't written any text within the particular th tag, so it is showing empty. Apple, orange, and screwdriver. So these are the different headers. So one row is done. Okay, let's move on to the next row. So this is a row kind of representation here. So lunch, you have one apple, again 0. So in the row you have all these things, th, td, td, td. Okay, this will be your header. Okay, if you don't have any header kind of things, you can write it down as a td. Okay, see, you can see the difference, right? If you don't want to specify anything particular here, you can have all the TDs. You can have all the headings here. I can remove this. So based on your requirement, you will have a respective headers. So these are all kind of headers, and these are, you can make this as number as also to have a uniformity here. Okay. If your table has only the headers and remaining all content, okay, in that case you can have this kind of annotation here. So table, we have seen a table border. Okay, border can be number. See, you can see the border 3, right? So you can see a thick default thing. I have around 1. So see the difference of the border. TD, by default, TD will have a default styles: display table cell, vertical align, inherit. So display, it will display as a table cell. This is again a CSS property. So apart from this, if you want to give any special properties like uh, border as 2 pixels red, I mean solid red, or see, okay, you can see here, right? If you want to have the text align center, this is again a CSS property. You got the text as center, right? So by default, in your header section, in your head section, you can write a style or internal style. I mean internal style you can write for all the TDs. You can have a style tag. This style tag also we have already discussed. For all the TDs, if you give URTR border red. So here actually we have to include some more styles. Okay. By default, the table property should be, let me show you in a notepad so that it will be more clear to you. Okay. So first try to get the concepts like you should have a table with the border by default. If you don't give the border, you will not have the border. And next comes a caption. Okay. Or next comes a TR. So TR is your row. Within the row, you can have a all the headings or certain headings, and you can have the TD elements: table row, table header, table data. So T body also, it will automatically append when you see here in your debugging mode. Okay. It specifies like a body in a HTML. You have a table body here. Okay. So here you have the month, savings and savings for holiday. These are 3 headers, and this is your another row. This is your first cell which has a data called January. Second cell has $100, and you have made the row span is equal to 2. For example, this means that row span is equal to 2 will combine 2 rows. Okay. Till here you are in the same row. Now if you have made row span is equal to 2, so you have combined these two cells, okay, and you have the data called 50 here. So when these two cells are combined here, you will have only two cells for the next row here, February and 80. Similarly, you can make the call span as well, okay. If you want to combine two cells or two columns, you can make using a row span and a call span. Also, I would like to explain you about the common styles which are written in the head section. See, if you see here, style tag for table THTD, I have given border 1 pixel solid black. This means for all the tables, for all the THS and for all the TDs, you should have this. Okay. If I change here, entire page will change its color. See, for all the TDs, for all the TH and for all the TD, you have a red color. Now I don't want to have the red color for my TD. You can specify here TD and you can give whatever border color you would like to give. So for all the tags, you can give the same style at a time. See, for headers you will have a red color and border, and the cells you have the black color. And you can also give a class for a particular tag. TH, as we have seen in our previous classes, you can give a class like pink or any kind of class, so that if you make the changes here, so class is represented by dot and ID is represented by hash. TR or TD, you can give a class like this. I have the okay. So I have the class called pink and I have the text called hello, which is the first cell. And for this, I have given th dot pink is equal to background pink. I mean, you can give. So this is actually a particular th tag, right? So I want to specify th dot pink. You can remove this and you can give dot pink as well, okay. In case if you find any kind of parent and child structures where you have different kinds of headers and different kinds of classes, there you can use th dot pink to get the exact class for which exact tag for which you want to specify the background color without any confusion, okay. You can either write th dot pink or pink, okay. Like this, you can give the classes for the individual lines.